What is going on, Guardians? Briar Rabbit here. Welcome to Shard It or Keep It, the series where I make an argument both for and against dismantling an item, and you make the decision. This week, we'll be making the big decision for the legendary pulse rifle, Clever Dragon. But first, let's take a look at the results from our last episode's weapon, the Suros Regime. Arguments for keeping this weapon include, it's versatile. The choice between focus fire and spinning up changes the range at which this weapon is most effective and can allow you to experiment with your special weapon loadout. The gun has a chance to heal you when you get a kill, which can be very handy in some tight spots. Arguments for dismantling the Suros? Stability. This weapon ain't got it. In the Crucible, it's got too much recoil to hit consistent headshots, and the same goes in PvE. Even with its versatility, the gun is never the best for anything. It doesn't even come close to the best weapons in Crucible, and doesn't have the DPS of good PvE weapons. You can use it with success in either setting, but you would be doing more work with just about any other weapon. This gun and the entire archetype it belongs to needs a damage buff badly. Once my arguments were made, I left it up to you to decide, and as usual, you had a lot to say. Brent Addy said, keep it. To us year one players, the Suros Regime is iconic. Rick Veldhusen said, shard it. The stability is for me just too low. And Twifts21 said, Briar needs to call Bungie and apologize for even considering to delete the Suros. Keep it. In the end, with 579 votes for Keep It and only 193 votes for Shard It, the Suros Regime keeps its place in the vault. The Clever Dragon currently sits right in the mix as one of the best primaries for Destiny's Crucible. Easily compared to the rare Grasp of Malak, the weapon should prove much easier to obtain. The dragon is available as a reward from Iron Banner bounties, or is purchasable from Lady Ephrodite on select weeks. The Clever Dragon is a super fast rate of fire, ultra low impact pulse rifle similar to the Grasp of Malak. Its base stats include low range, mediocre stability, slow reload speeds, a tiny magazine, and terrific aim assist. Perks on my Clever Dragon include a choice between the new Iron Banner sights, including Iron Red Dot, Iron Warrior for faster reload speeds but a penalty to range and impact, and the Iron Range Scope for better range but a penalty to stability. I honestly like all three of these, but the Red Dot is my favorite. It feels comfortable at close quarters, has a clear view, and no penalty to stability. All three are good though, and I love the look of the Iron Warrior. In the second column, a choice between Perfect Balance and Brace Frame. I've done testing on these perks to see which I like better in the past, and I did a bit more with this weapon to confirm that Brace Frame is clearly the way to go. Adding all that stability really helps keep all three bullets from each burst on their intended target. Unfortunately, it comes at the cost of magazine size. In this weapon's case, that means losing 6 bullets or 2 bursts, which can hurt from time to time. Next, a choice between armor-piercing rounds and appended magazine. I don't really love either of these perks. I tend to run armor-piercing just so I don't slow down the reload speed anymore with appended mag, but on occasion I will switch it up and run the bigger magazine. In our last column, I have a choice between Counterbalance and Feeding Frenzy. I like both of these perks. Counterbalance helps keep the recoil vertical, keeping more bullets on their intended target, and Feeding Frenzy speeds up reloads after kills, which is constantly active. I tend to switch between these two perks regularly. If I feel like I'm missing shots due to sideways recoil, I pop Counterbalance. If I'm getting into a lot of close range battles, I pop Feeding Frenzy. So it's a decent set of perks, but certainly not a god roll. And that's the first issue I have with this particular weapon. These perks kind of fight each other. Instead of feeling like they combine to form one god-rolled super weapon, they're pushing and pulling at each other. Brace Frame adds stability but lowers mag size. I can get that ammo back by using appended mag, but then Destiny 2 will be out before the weapon reloads. I can speed up reloads with Feeding Frenzy, but that comes at the cost of stability because I can't use counterbalance. This gun's perks are constantly fighting each other. Increase stability, lower the mag size. Increase the mag size, terrible reload speed. Increase the reload speed, lower the stability. Fuck, it's an endless loop with this little thing. And it's a shame too, because the available perks for this weapon are so good. Brace Frame is a great perk on this weapon, probably the best you can get in Column 2. But Column 3 has some great stuff that I just didn't get. Snapshot, Quick Draw, and high caliber rounds are all great perks, but I didn't get them. Column 4 has some really good stuff as well. Counterbalance is good, but Rangefinder really helps this weapon's ability to reach out and kill someone. In fact, since this weapon is currently dropping as an Iron Banner reward this week, I'll be looking for a god roll that includes Brace Frame, Quick Draw or Snapshot, and Rangefinder, maybe some armor-piercing rounds as well. The weapon requires a stability boost, period, and Brace Frame does provide that. I'd rather take a hit to magazine size from Brace Frame than the penalty to range that hand-laid stock brings along. The weapon also has poor equip speed, so Quick Draw would really help when switching from a special weapon. And Rangefinder is invaluable on pulse rifles for many reasons, including the increased range it gives to aim assist. It's lucky that the available perks are so good because the base stats, they're not so great. In fact, when you compare them to the most popular weapon in this class, the Grasp of Malak, you'll see that it has worse stats in almost every category. Not by huge margins, but the cumulative effect does make the Grasp a somewhat more desirable weapon. But it's much harder to get, especially if you want a good roll. The Grasp, for all its greatness, is a notorious weapon for dropping very rarely. And when it does show up, it brings some goddamn awful perks. The Clever Dragon doesn't have that problem at all. In fact, since it is an available post-game reward in Iron Banner, the chances of getting a good roll are pretty high. Just keep on playing and wait for RNG to hand you something pretty. And once you get it, you're bound to like it. This thing kills fast. The weapon has a 0.8 second time to kill if 3 bursts from this weapon land to the head. And that number only goes up to 1.33 seconds if you only hit body shots. It's a beast. Just pulse that trigger as fast as you can, aim for the dome, and win. In fact, while I use other weapons in the Crucible, the Palindrome, the Last Word, or the Mida, this weapon has become my go-to for pulling up my tryhard pants and putting a checkmark in the win column. It's just so damn nasty. It kills very fast, has good stability, and it's frankly just easy to use. Yes, I do have a Grasp of Malak, and my grasp through hours of farming has a decent roll. But it doesn't look like this, or sound like this. The dragon, like all of the new Iron Banner weapons, looks and sounds amazing. The Grasp looks like a reskinned gun from year 1, and that hive armor on the side obstructs my view more than I would like. So I actually do prefer the Clever Dragon. And honestly, I kind of think that's all that needs to be said. I love the gun, but would rather have a better roll. Maybe I get one from Iron Banner, maybe I don't, but either way, I'm leaving it up to you to decide this one's fate. Is this weapon good enough to keep? Do its cosmetics and sound effects make up for its imperfect roll? Or should I scrap this imperfectly rolled dragon, equip the Grasp, and hope for a better roll from Iron Banner? That's up to you. In the comments below, cast your vote. Shard it or keep it, and in the next episode, I will act upon your recommendation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.